Good afternoon, all. It appears that the audio didn't work. Um, Again, it happened that the Steam like streaming microphone, as well as finished up the base's inventory, and then I took off in a really cool way from the base. I kind of just took off and then like banked, and it just looked really cool, and I was excited that that happened. I was on my way to get platinum, which I remembered what was on the moon, and I apparently didn't grab a lot from before. I must not have because I was only able to build one, maybe one and a half thrusters worth. Let's say like 90 or 100. What do you call it? Thruster component or thrusters? Thruster components? I don't remember. But yeah, so I went in here and I tried to dig straight down with Frank, and those of you knowing the drill with even with right click drilling might know how this ends up. But on the approach, I was pretty confident it was gonna work, and it looks like it's going well. And then well, Frank's stuck. Well, that's great. So I decided to go down and grab the platinum myself. Well, after I sorted that out, I went down and drilled up some platinum, and it was very hard to determine what was platinum or stone. I was having trouble. I kept picking up tons of stone, but I did end up taking this nice screenshot and then realizing that there we go. It was highlighted and the crosshair was on. Then I proceeded to sublimation base and gave it an antenna, just like I gave an antenna to the battery base, so that I can communicate between the two bases and make sure, and check inventories and see what they kind of have, just to kind of make sure things are working well. And if you stuck around this far, I know it's a bit unorthodox, and it's like, oh, only 4 minutes of like commentating over stuff you've already done. I don't know if people do that. It's just weird to me. It feels weird. It's like, why don't I just go back a save and re-record it? But I feel like that would be kind of like not like disingenuine. I think that's the proper word for that. Anyways, if you stick around to the end or just skip to the end, I might put a little time thing in the description. There's a sneak a peek of what's to come. Not in Frank, but it's involving some stuff that is in real life. I've finished a couple projects that I've been working on for a little while, and finished a couple testings that I'm really proud of the result. Oh, and with a ping, Frank finally has his last thruster. Oh, it was a beautiful sight. It's like, hooray! Frank is now fully thrusting. And another thing accomplished today is I kicked around a light because I'd realized that my windows were backwards, so I went and cut them off and redid them. But at the same time, I kind of overdid it a little bit with moving the light. I tried to color it purple. It was kind of bugging me that it wasn't purple. So I'm like, okay, I'll just knock it outside and stand it up. And I kicked it half a mile away. That is one light. If I only had that type of like pushing force while I was, on the hardcore world where I just ran into stuff. Or in this world even, when I tried to flip Frank or flick Philip back over. Oh gosh. I think I did flip Frank once, but I wasn't driving him. But I'm directly responsible. So if you look above, there's a roof. I was trying to pressurize the whole area, and I ended up deciding that I was going to, redo the whole base because it was a bit of a futile attempt. So that was it for all the things I really accomplished this episode. I left myself a little list of things that I wanted to do in the future, and I kind of left it there. But Frank's fully charged, so that's going to be great for going to gather more materials. And I do plan to redo the stick. I finished the stick. I'm going to add more thrusters, large thrusters, and I might make I might finish the armor. I want to finish the armor and make multiple versions of it, so one can be like a miner, a grinder welder, a welder, a grinder, just to kind of see how it all works. Then I let the game sit for about 5 minutes so that Frank could be fully charged in the next episode, and that's where I left it off. So now on to the sneaky preview.